Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC, the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 121, your weekly dose of all things StarCraft, weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. I'm your host, Live VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Bienvenidos, papi, bienvenidos. We are here, we have returned, and we are jumping straight into the first round. The round of 16 is live, the bracket is stacked, exclamation mark B in the chat. Have a look at the bracket yourselves as we are jumping into our first best of the broadcast, and spawning in the top left hand corner of 10,000 feet we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself from the land of Austria, representing Vanguard. It is Beast. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Predictions, they will stay. There we go. They're now open in the chat. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvP. Let's go. Let us go. I will be diving into the rest of the bracket momentarily after this matchup. Until then, we are settling into set PvP. Gerald is coming in as a heavy favorite. Beast, he is more of an up-and-coming player. He is more of an amateur player competing in amateur events, a regular competitor in Masters 1 Open, for example, and he does test his mettle here in an open cup environment. Oh boy, now he's in league with the big dogs back, Bappy. And what does he have in store for us so far? 2-gate opener versus 2-gate opener. Everything's looking as it should be. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. There's no proxy, no shenanigans. There is no earlier tech. There is no earlier expansion. No like gate expand or gate cyber expand. No disconnected quarters. Everything is looking as it should be. So far, so good. From here, we'll see if we end up hiding any further tech, if we delay our expansions. Our pylons are being thrown down as we speak, just ensuring our initial setup here. Third pylons should be on the low ground to be able to set up for the shield batteries, set up for the expansion, set up for the defensive position here on 2 bases. So far, so good. $10,000 on a senor from Rivia. True. Aha. Let's go. The man himself, the man himself. We have Beast going for a bit of a safer opener, opening up Stalker Sentry. With this, he's going to be able to scout across the map, get the hallucination, and confirm what his opponent is up to. So a bit of a macro, more safer start here. Meanwhile, Gerald opening up Double Stalker can be more assertive, can move out across the map, can bully the initial units, and get some damage done. Here we go. Stalkers, they rally across. Gerald, he's going to be delaying his expansion in favor of a Stargate. So earlier Stargate, earlier Oracle harass out of Gerald. Meanwhile, Beast should be going for an earlier expansion. Going to be following up his initial units here with 2 more Stalkers. We do have Gerald hiding behind the patches here, checking for the expansion. Oh! And does spot the attempted base. There it is. There's that earlier Nexus. Stalkers are coming from behind. They get the first volley off. Yeah, first volley goes off, catching out the first Stalker, and that's going to be 1 Stalker going down. We have reinforcements on the way from Beast, and Beast, can he catch out a Stalker? Oh, do we recall? Oh, there's the recall in time, and the Stalker will be saved. Whew. So nice little start here for Geralt. He escapes with everything, and he kills 1 Stalker. Kills 1 Stalker, confirms the expansion. Now, the other scary thing here is Beast, he is going for a proxy himself. He did not scout the main base, is unaware as to what's going on. Beast is in the dark. Hallucinations now moving out across the map. The Oracle is already going to be on the way, though. We'll see if we can prepare in time. And show us what you got. It's going to be a Twilight Council back at home. There's a higher chance it's going to be a proxy Dark Shrine. So Cheeky moves out of Beast. Hallucination moves in, spots the Oracle, spots the Stargate, is now aware, and should be getting in position. There we go, instant shield battery. So far, good reactions, good responses. Setting up back at home, and meanwhile, the Twilight Council is now done. What's it going to be? Show us the Dark Shrine. There it is, Proxy DT. Dark Shrine gets thrown down. Now, unfortunately for Beast, this won't be an insta-win, bearing in mind that there is detection, there are Oracles. Oracles that have revelations, so detection is available here for Geralt. He will have an answer. Oracle pokes in, gets 1 probe kill, scouts the tech, scouts his Twilight Council, and gets away. At the same time, Geralt here does poke in on the top, on the left-hand side. Does hit the natural. The shield battery does sustain a bit of hull damage here. Ooh, the Stalker does get away. Stalker does slip away. Still poking in and getting more damage on that shield battery. Even some hull damage on the sentry. Back at home, we're setting up, throwing down extra gateway. Is going to be 4 gate blink out of Gerald as the follower. And the Oracle will not scout the hidden tech. But the Oracle is racing back home, and again, with an energy overcharge, revelations will be available. It comes down to whether or not there is going to be an energy overcharge. It comes down to how many probes does a beast kill before that reaction, before that detection, and before the DT can be dealt with. As Gerald's going to be the first to expand, get a third. Gerald is up in probes, 40 workers to 31. Jesus. Didn't really kill too many here, too many probes, but it looks like Beast's macro has been slipping a little bit. Here come the Dark Templar. They got a lot of work to do. Yeah, they got a lot of work to do here. And you can see that macro slipping here when it comes to producing workers, producing probes. DTs, we have one into natural, one into the main base. Gerald he has yet to notice. The Oracle is still alive, but the Oracle's across the map. DTs are getting to the mineral lines. Probes going to be going down so far. 2, 3 probes going to be falling. We need more damage though. Beast does distract the main army. And where's that revelation? The Oracle's still coming back home. There's that first. Yeah, first revelation. Second DT in the main base. D-powers the Stargate. Very nice. Does D-power. There's the energy overcharge, second revelation, and Gerald he does defend. Now, in the midst of all this aggression, a lot of mining time was lost. That is true. Probes did go down, and Beast he does recover economically here. He does have a comparable probe count, but Beast doesn't have a third expansion. So even though the worker counts are similar, Gerald still has a stronger economy, can make 3 probes at a time, can rebuild those workers, can exceed in the worker count, and exceed in the production in the army in the game. The pressure's on Beast. Beast is still behind, is what I'm getting at. Beast is still very much still behind. It was some nice damage, but that damage more or less kind of allowed Beast to recover, didn't give him the lead that he was hoping for. As he's still stuck on 2 bases, Beast is aware of this. He's aware of the third expansion, of course. Proxy is found. And Beast is 2 base all in. His 2 base all in. How many gateways so far? We have 4 in the main base, 2 of the naturals. It's going to be a 2 base 6 gate all in. The longer this game goes on, the worse it is for Beast. Gerald's back at home. He doesn't have any defensive immortals. Bear that in mind. And there is no defensive shield over here either. Looking at the units tab, Gerald, he still has the higher Stalker counter. He's up in Stalkers. Oracles, they can potentially throw down some stasis traps. They can support. There's that Robo on the way for the immortals. Stalkers, they go for the dive. Gets one. It takes down one Oracle, but there's still one more behind this. And we commit. Yeah, we commit to the fight here. Gerald, he's still up in Stalkers, recalling back home as he does not have his entire army together. It does recall. And Gerald, he does make a stand. Yeah, he does make a stand here. Takes down every single Stalker. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and Gerald will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, a bit of a fancy kind of build here from Beast, being a little bit cheeky, maybe that's a better way of putting it, going for the proxy Dark Shrine. As you mentioned, damage was done, mining was denied, killed 4 probes, like that was nice and all, but as you mentioned, Beast, he was already down, what, 10 workers to begin with. Like, he was already slipping up his macro, he was already making less probes, he already had a worse economy despite having the slightly faster expansion. And as a result, the damage dealt by the DTs, it didn't give him the lead, it just kind of evened things up a little bit. I say even things up, not even, because that faster third base from Gerald. Right, Gerald, he had the third expansion, he still had more probe production. We saw that Beast was forced into the 2 base all in, but that still barely didn't have enough. GG. GG, well played, and we'll see if Beast has something else up his sleeve here coming into game number 2. Let's go. Gonna be loading into Title Citadel. Now, I can't imagine the Beast is going to be going for another Dark Shrine. In our mind here, we're going to be going for something a little bit different. We could go for a proxy, we could go for a 1 base all-in, we could go for a third base, go for a fake out, stay on a low gas count, and go into a charge base follow-up, into a 3 base charge base all-ins. There are different kind of avenues of aggression here, but we're expecting aggression out of Beast. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Title Citadel, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Austrian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Vanguard. It is a Beast. Hey. Here we go as we are settling into game number 2. And again, the pressure is on Beast. Setting up back at home, welcome to Title Citadel. Title Citadel is one of the larger maps in the map pool. There's a lot of space to maneuver. There's a lot of areas here to potentially proxy as well. The bases are spread out. That is one of the downsides, or I guess one of the features of the map itself, is the third and fourth bases are a lot more isolated from each other. So in a longer macro game, it can be difficult to keep up with aggressive rotations and be in position to defend. For now though, Probe does move out across the map for our scouts. No proxy. No proxy, no shenanigans. So far, it is going to be a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Beast, a 2-gate opener out of Gerald once again. So far, the openers are similar. We'll see what the first two units are going to be. Remember, last game, Beast did open Stalker Sentry, and Gerald opened up double Stalker, able to get 1 Stalker kill early on. So we'll see if we do go for the same or if we adjust. We could open up double Adept, Stalker Adept, Stalker Sentry, or even Sentry Expand. Go. We got options. For now, we're just waiting for the Cyber Core. Both players, they scout each other's workers, or they scout each other's pylon locations. And it's going to be a mirror here. Oh, that's Beast. He does pull the boys for a moment, so a little bit of inefficient mining. But Beast does open up Stalker Sentry, and once again, double Stalker. So we have the same opener as last game. The same starting units. As a reminder, last game, Gerald went for a delayed expansion into a faster Stargate, which honestly didn't do much damage, but did allow for some detection. True. Beast will hide that probe, and we're setting up to expand. Oh, the pylon block though, and a later scouts. Yeah, does spot the pylon a little bit too late. Gets extra HP, extra progression. Adepts has a follow-up here for Gerald. And Beast does throw down the proxy pylon. Okay, we do have once again a setup for a proxy. Expansion is delayed quite heavily, even finishing the pylon. Gerald coming back in. He wants that first shot off, and once again, he does. Yeah, first shot off here for Gerald. Stalker's getting low. Probe is killed, and another big delay on the expansion. And Beast sees 1 base all in. Yeah, proxy gateway. So 3 gateways so far. We could see a 4th gateway. Oh my god, once again taking a lot of hits. Gerald does that trade, and Gerald expands. So a couple things are going on here. So one, Gerald, he does have the faster Nexus, he has a faster base, he has a greater economy. Beast, he is expanding himself, so it looks like he's not going for an all-in. He's going for the proxy, so he can warp into depths across the map. Oh my god, that's another gateway though. Never mind. This Nexus could be a fake out. Adepts get in, no! Adepts, they bust into the main base, they shade into the main. The wall was not a wall, getting 4 probe kills so far. Critical damage. Getting up to 5. 5 workers go down. Beast's economy here, in shambles. Warping in across the map. Gerald, he himself this time going for his own Dark Shrine. Okay, fair enough. DTs are on the way, but this time for the opposing Protoss player. This time for Gerald. Warping in extra sentries. Again, based on the amount of gateways that we have, I believe the Beast is going to go all in. This Nexus is just for show. Adepts this time they do not bust into the main. They fail to get in. Here come the warp-ins. Here comes the push. Okay, it's all or nothing for Beast. Now, with good enough force fields, he could try to isolate this army, but there is a battery. Yeah, there's one, soon to be 2 batteries. Dark Shrine is halfway done. Blink is halfway done. They're not going to be a factor. Look at the army sizes here. BC's up in Stalkers. There's Guardian Shield. Does try to commit in. Locking down the army. There is going to be the energy overcharge. There it is. The energy overcharge. Second battery. 1 Stalker goes down, but Gerald, he's holding the line. Yeah, he's holding the line here. The boys are being pulled. Remember, Gerald, he's ahead in probes. He can afford to lose them. Probes are a resource here for Gerald. Adepts take kill a pylon across the map. Pushing into the main base mineral line. Ooh, and Sentries are going down. Yeah, Sentries are going down. GG gets called. Gerald, he holds, he defends, and Gerald, he will claim the series 2-0, advancing on into the next round. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Gerald. He does claim the series, he does advance on, but a big shout out to Beast, because Beast, as I mentioned before, he is more of an amateur player. He is more of an up-and-comer, and he's kind of testing the waters here in an open bracket, in an open setting. So big shout out to Beast. It's not easy going up against one of the best players in the world. When it comes to the games themselves, I will say that Beast, his overall builds, his overall strategies, they made plenty of sense, right? It's like, especially here for game 2, for example, he went into the proxy, was forced into an all-in due to all the earlier damage even before the adepts got in, but to delay the expansion, to disrupt the opener, to pick off the initial units here, I mean, it did kind of force Beast's hand. The natural made sense as a fake out to commit into the all-in. Unfortunately, because Gerald got into the main base with all those adepts, and because he was able to kill 5 probes and force less mine time as well, it did mean that Beast's all-in was weaker than usual, right? It was a weaker all-in because of that economic damage dealt by the adepts. So that did kind of hurt him in the long run. Similar in game number 1, where Beast's economy was slowed down, so even though Darkshine made sense, even though it went unscouted, even though the DTs, they got across the map, unfortunately they weren't able to do enough damage to make up for the lapse of economy from Beast himself. The strategies themselves did make sense. Again, we can definitely see these refined over time and built up over time. I do wish the best. Do wish the best to Beast here. Let's go. Especially when it comes to upcoming events and upcoming amateur events as well. Otherwise, we're going to be following Gerald's !B in the chat. !B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let us head on over and catch up with the bracket.